Okay, guys. Hello from Berlin. How you doing? Please comment in the chat where you're coming from, how you been, so we can activate this workshop. And I appreciate that you have your camera on, and so we can, yeah, coming from Sweden, Colorado, Germany, Munich, Copenhagen, California. Awesome, guys. Cool. So let's get right onto it. Let me post in the group one last time the link for the Zoom so people that don't have it joins. So it's now, we are starting. Okay. Mexico, Switzerland, Malta, Germany, Netherlands, Colorado. Awesome. Awesome. Well, first of all, thank you all for coming. Um, it's it's a great honor that you are all here giving me your time and seeing the faces of wonderful Wim Hof instructors all around the world. So I think this is really, really awesome. So let's get into the presentation. Can you see my screen? Yes? Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, guys. Let's start. 49 people. Awesome. Okay, so what I'm gonna present you is a system that I have created. It's called Rave method. I'll tell you why it's called like that. And first of all, I would like to start with the breathing so we can connect with ourselves and be present. So I ask you all to close your eyes a little bit and take a deep breath and let it out slowly. Connect with your breathing to this moment, to be present, to learn. Take another deep breath and let it out slowly. Yeah. One last time. Take a deep breath and let it out slowly. Okay, guys. So let's do this. Okay, now that we're more present and more relaxed and let the day out to be in this moment, what I'm going to present you, it's the Rave method. It's how to fill your workshops, events, and retreats with just one reel. And this is a system focused on therapists, coaches, and Wim Hof facilitators, instructors who want to sell with strategy without selling their soul. So I think the world needs what you do, what we do, right? But it also needs you to know how to show it. And I think that's um, the biggest problem, how to show this. So unfortunately, what I'm going about to share you. It's not for everyone. It's not for those who want to keep doing workshops to see if it works. It is not for those who believe that creating more content is equal to more results, because sometimes you burn your audience. It is not for those who prefer to keep waiting for the perfect moment. And it's not for those who are not willing to do something new and maybe uncomfortable, even if it works. But if you guys feel that your work has the power to transform lives, and this is all about Wim Hof method, right? Know that your message deserves to be heard by more people, because I know that each one of us has a story to tell. Each one of us had a transformation with the Wim Hof method, and each one has our own style, that there's an audience waiting to be aligned with that style. And if you are tired also of feeling like a salesperson and want to be more aligned, a more aligned way to promote, and want to leave behind the chaos and have a clear system that you can repeat over and over again, and know that success is not about doing more, but more about doing better, then this method is for you. So first of all, who am I? This is my Instagram. I built a personal brand of more than 100,000 followers. But I wasn't always a nice person. For a while, I was the complete opposite. I was overweight, had bad habits, had poor sleep, and a lot of stress. I wasn't aligned with my body. Everything was head. Everything was in my mind. So this led me to on those days I had a company, an e-commerce t-shirt company. We sold over $1 million in revenue. We were a team of 15 people. And in 2018, this company broke, mainly because I got a very huge burnout for working a lot and not feeding myself well and not sleeping well. And that led me to a big depression. I was unemployed, I had lots of debt, and I had a daughter to raise. And I really look at this picture because you can see my eyes are like lifeless. I was trying to smile on that picture with my little girl there, wanting to be with a present dad. So those were really dark days. And something I didn't leave until 2020 was marijuana. And even depressed, I was still smoking, I was still having bad habits. And in 2020, they diagnosed me with marijuana addiction. And that's when I said, okay, enough. It is time to heal. So I decided to heal, but I said, okay, if I'm going to heal my addiction, maybe I can heal a lot of other stuff. So my back pain, I started eating well, I started measuring everything. I got obsessed about the biomarkers, and exercise and having good sleep and nourishing my brain with information also. So I started a whole healing process that was really long. Um, but I knew if I was consistent and it was like one step at a time, not wanting the result, but concentrating the process, I could heal myself. So that's what I did. This is me before, and this is me after, and this is like 4 years, one to the other. Maybe I was too skinny, but I don't know. I kind of did everything. I did all for my daughters. I wanted to be well for them and also well for me. So one day I was starting to research about longevity, going old, uh, being able to get old and be well. And this is the first day I was in an ice bath. My two girls were like there, like saying, "Daddy, I hope this water was warm. What are you doing?" And I was like, "Oh, breathe." I didn't know how to breathe. I didn't know anything about the ice. Nothing. Like I just did it. Um, and I started posting one day at a time, like day one, day two, day three, day four, like just posting and seeing what happens. I had no schedule in mind. I just was doing what I don't know, I felt with no um like there was no pressure. I just was having fun uploading one video a day and speaking about stuff. On day 19, like right here on yeah, day 17 of doing an ice bath every day, my boss called me and he fired me from my job. And I only, uh, I was there in that company only 2 months. And before that, I was like 4 months unemployed. So it was a big hit on me. I had $10,000 in debt because school in Chile is expensive. Uh, it was quite um, amazing for me because instead of feeling down, instead of feeling sad, anxious, I only felt power. It was something like I felt in my whole body and they fired me and I only felt power. And I said, they fired me from other jobs in my life. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm not a good employee. So in, like the other times I felt sad and anxious, this time I only felt power. And it was so amazing. And my body told my mind on that moment, like, this is what cold water taught you. This is not something that that it's on your mind. It's like cold taught you to um, fight stress in a different way. So I said, okay, I think cold taught me that, and I cannot keep it to myself. So I want to share it to the world. So this is when I posted this reel over here, and I said, okay, we're gonna do Wim Hof method in my apartment. This is my terrace, little terrace, where I had this freezer with water. And I said, pay what you want, or let's do barter. And it was magical because a lot of people came. Like it was almost the only place in Chile where you could do this if you wanted for free. So that built a community of people around me that was really connected to me because it came from the heart. It was like, I want you to come because what I felt, I need to share it with the world. And my life changed. This is the newspaper, and they said the guy over the ice in Chile, and I was climbing a mountain with no t-shirt and on a ski hill. And it started like a revolution in Chile. We started doing small events and then bigger and bigger and bigger. This was the last event in October with 130 people, everybody going to the ice and breathing and then dancing. This is not a Wim Hof workshop, but it's like ice related. I also do workshops, a lot of them. Um, this is the one I did in March, almost 200 people. We've done retreats here in Chile. We usually do two retreats in a row, 2 weekends. We go to the mountains. We climb there. This is another one, different mountain. I don't know if you know Jupe. He's another Wim Hof instructor. He comes to Chile. We do these retreats. But I didn't start big. I started in my apartment with 8 people. So after this workshop, I sold everything from my apartment and just had the space for doing workshops. Like I started from nothing. Like I had $10,000 in debt. So I started small, but on this moment, I remember that I posted a lot to fill it up, like 3 reels, stories every day, and 8 people came. So when I did my first big event of 100 people, I remember I got so burnt out after the event because it was so much effort to answering the messages, getting the payments, posting reel, posting stories, and convincing people to come that I said like I don't want to repeat this anymore. Like it's too much work. It was a great effort, and I started doubting about myself. If this one was so difficult, next one could be even more. So I started studying, and and what I found out is that I was making these common mistakes that trusting if one, in fact, I did another event and almost nobody came. And it was like, what happened there? Like, so I was trusting if one filled up, the next one will too. I don't know if this happened to you. I also thought that publishing more is better, but my engagement was going down because I was burning my audience, like selling and selling and selling. So people are not interested in my content anymore. I was believing that every message had to be answered manually. And also, like, I started lowering the prices to fill it up more easily. But then the math doesn't add up. And I was believing also that, well, having empty events is part of the journey. I don't know if it happened to you, but it happened to me. So let me introduce you what I learned, what I found out, and what I've been repeating over the last 7 big events, 8 retreats, and everything. So the R of the Rave method is the real. So give me 1 sec to bring a glass of water. 1 second, please. Okay, I'm back. The R is for real. So first you have to have a reel, but the reel, what I call the root reel, it is the piece that originates the entire system from the conversations, the automation, the sales, and the positioning emerges. So for this reel, I have a structure. This is like a blueprint. So first, if you're gonna do a reel to promote your event, to promote your workshop or retreat, first you have to start with a hook. I don't know if you heard that word, but the hook, it's the what captures the attention in the first 3 seconds of the video. So please don't start a reel saying, hello, how are you? This is a good day, because people will do just next, right? You've been scrolling reels. And if the first 3 seconds doesn't grab your attention, you just go to the next one. So those 3 seconds, and that's what even Instagram in the insights of your videos tells you how many people watched those 3 seconds. And it's usually like 40% of the people, at least in mine, don't watch more than the first 3 seconds. More popular ones maybe could be 70% watches it and 30% just scrolls over. So on those first 3 seconds, it's very important that you do something that grabs attention. So there's different strategies. Some of those, it's the words. Others, it's the image. Others is the perspective. You can do several strategies or combine them to grab the attention of your followers in those first 3 seconds. Then the um, the most engaging thing in human beings are the stories, right? You usually remember stories. You don't remember the concepts, but if they teach you the concept with a story, people remember it. That's worldwide, every human being remembers better story. So after the hook, you tell a micro story, like a crisis, an error, or frustration, moment of decision, something that keeps the people watching. So that will boost you for even more people, because one thing you have to one thing that the algorithm measures is the first 3 seconds, but the next thing is how long people stay watching your reel. So you need them to keep watching. So that's when the story comes in. Then in the story, you break a paradigm, a shift in perspective. So you show there's a different, better, and lighter way. So I'm gonna give you an example after this. So after that shift in perspective, you share a lesson. So you share something that's clear and replicable insight. After that, people are like, yeah, I have maybe that problem. I didn't know I could solve it this way. Then you start speaking about your event. So you describe. So if you wanna learn this or experience the ice or whatever, come to the event that it's gonna have these activities. Some of you mix the Wim Hof method with sound healing or music or whatever is your magic. You speak about that. Then you give a call to action. That is very important. A call to action means that you have to tell people what to do next. So, okay, I saw that. I saw you have an event. What do I do next? And in this call to action is where the automation starts. I'm going to tell you about that later, but in this call to action is where the automation starts. So you use activity. So let's give an example with the Wim Hof method. You start with a hook. It's not about the eyes. It's about remembering who you are when the mind finally goes quiet. Okay, I'm in. Storytelling. For years, I thought I needed more control, but what I really needed was to learn how to let go. My first ice bath showed me a strength I didn't even know I had. Then you break that shift in perspective. What stresses you the most isn't pressure. It's the way you breathe when pressure arrives. Oh, that's interesting. When someone horns the car and it stresses me out, I could do some breathing and to calm myself down. Yeah. You can do that. Okay. So the lesson: when you master your breath, your body stops fighting life. You drop into pure presence, and from that place, everything changes. So you say here, I'm going to do a workshop next Saturday. We are going to go deep into the breath work, activate your inner chemistry with Paul as a teacher, and you live with a sense of inner power you can't unfeel. Then you say, if you need mental and physical reset, this is your moment. Send me the word WIM, and I will share all details. So you leave all the details for the chatting afterwards. So have you seen these reels when, well, the next letter of Rave is automation. Have you seen those reels when they send you like, I don't know, comment presence and I'll send you all the details via message? Have you seen them? Yeah. Can you comment in the chat if you have seen some reels that say comment the word, blah, 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 and it will send you all the messages and magically someone shares you a DM and you start like chatting with the person? Yeah, I see a lot of people have seen them. Well, they say here it sometimes it turns you off because there's another button, and I have a solution for that. Here, Timo is speaking that he's seen a lot, but most of the time it turns me off. I'm like, oh, there's another bot. Yeah, people think that there's a strategy I use for people not feeling that way. So some examples here. I've done it with several people that do different workshops. The one on the left, it was a workshop for mothers. So they started speaking, and on the second, they showed a mother with her belly. So that's an like an image hook and the words. So we combine them both. It's like, have you felt? And there's a mother that you don't feel present. Uh, like time goes fast and your pregnancy goes fast and you don't have time to connecting with the baby. So then the storytelling starts. And this is one of mine that I use for an event I'm doing on the 13th of December. You can see all the interactions over there. I'm going to tell you how to get there. So this starts an automation. And maybe you see this and this is complicated, but this is how the system works. And unfortunately, we only have 1 hour for this workshop, so I cannot go in detail what's my strategies there. But in the DMs, I show all the activities that are gonna come, all the frequent questions that they could have. I wait a little bit and then send them a message like, "Are you joining?" And I put the name, and then wait a little bit, and I tell them, "Hey, tickets are running out." Or I share a discount. Maybe I usually don't give discounts, but this Black Friday, I modified it and gave them a discount from the Black Friday. So we give them a sense of urgency or wherever. And here I have a button that says speak to Alan. So people see, oh, this is another bot. Um, but it has a button that says speak to me. So there's always this chance for people to saying, okay, I want to speak to the person that's behind the workshop. So they can press a button and I tell them like, hey, let me everything know. I'm here, like a human will answer. And usually people, the good thing about that button is that if you use it on your strategy, and the good thing about chatting with people is that first they connect with you, they connect with the person. And next, you can know why people maybe are not going to your workshop because maybe they say, hey, am I too old? Or I don't have experience with ice bath? Or can I go with friends? Do you recommend going alone? So you can answer all those questions. So I remember here people always ask me like, are all the activities included in the price? So I said, okay, I'm gonna say that more clear. So I put a picture here that said all activities included. And then people continue asking, are all the activities included? And I said, okay, I'm gonna put a text. And I put a text here. All the activities are included. And they still ask me if all the activities were included. And I was like, I'm doing something wrong. I must get the message clear. So this is the part of the optimization of the message. If there's frequent questions, you add them to the automation so people can self-serve themselves. So then I placed a button over here that said, are all um, the activities included? And they pressed it and it said, yes, all the activities are included. And then nobody asked anymore. So people usually say here, like, hey, Alan, but it's a bot. People want someone typing the answers because they feel I can zoom in. I cannot zoom in. But anyways, the thing is the message. Um, People usually say to me like a bot gets people away, and I really think it doesn't. Why? Because people can send you messages at 1 a.m. in the morning, and people want answers right now, right? So if you have buttons, if you have everything in the automation, people can self-serve their own answers and know everything without even telling you anything. And people appreciate that. If you go to an online store, you don't want to be asking in the chat or calling a phone for more information about the product. You want to read the information about the product, right? So people like to be self-served. Um, okay, let's continue. So the biggest breakthrough I had, it's that you can connect meta ads to the automation. So then you pay for art advertising to get your message to more people. And this is a new thing because recently in August, Facebook launched a new algorithm that it's called Andromeda. You can search for it. It's a new algorithm. And it brings challenges, but many opportunities because Instagram now shifted to the hyper personalization of the content. So maybe people won't see your content very much because now it's not based in followers. Before, if you had followers, your content reached a lot of people. Now, followers don't matter. You could have 100 followers and still fill your events. You could have 100,000 followers and don't fill your events. Of course, it helps to have followers because the algorithm a little bit shows you your content more to your followers than your not followers. But nowadays, it doesn't even matter. So that brings the opportunity to any of us to reach the people that is interested in your content. So how does this algorithm works? It's pretty amazing. It's um, it's an AI from Facebook that analyzes not only the words that you are saying in your content, not only analyzes the words that you write on the description on your content, but analyzes the images of your content. So it analyzes everything and knows what your content is about and shows that content to the people that can be most interested in that content that you're offering. So let's think about that. So if we get all the pieces together, your content has to say who is this workshop for. So it's way better saying, and there's plenty of strategies, but if you are feeling stressed and anxious, this is for you. That's information for Instagram because they know who is feeling stressed and anxious. I promise they know. They know everything about you. Also, the images, if you're showing people going into an ice bath, and I've seen videos of Facebook like analyzing images, and it's pretty amazing. Like, it's if there's someone in an ice bath, it will say people entering an ice bath. Even if you don't say it in the video, they analyze the images so they can personalize the content whoever needs it. So this is also a strategy, like showing your videos, who is it for, the images also help and everything. So also the videos and the pictures or whatever you put in your content helps the algorithm to show it to the people that's important. So let me show you a little bit about my stats. This is my ads. I put the 1 month. So this is in Spanish, but I will translate. The Okay, this is the Ice Fest for the 13th of December. No, sorry. Ice Fest. Yeah, this one. This one was one I had open. So I spent this. This is Chilean pesos, but this is approximately $130. Okay, $130. I spent 10 cents. This is 11 cents per conversation. That is really, really, really cheap. I've had this one that it's $2 per conversation. This is another product I sell. And so the reels weren't doing as well as this reel right there for the ICE event. It got me more than 100,000 views. But the most important is it started 1,000 or 1,100 conversations. And with this budget, $130, using my method, like the structure of the reel and everything, it started 1,100 conversation. And in this moment, when I took this screenshot, I had 80 tickets sold that each one, it's $60. So $130 for selling 80 tickets of $60. So if I get the math right, it's 80 tickets divided by, it's kind of a 7% conversion rate. That means that 7% of all the messages that people sent me turn into a sale. So I'm going to speak a little bit about that later, but just to grab a little bit, what's the power of the new algorithm? What's the power of paying ads? And what's the power, this number, of a good reel? Because a bad reel could be $2 and a good reel could be 10 cents, 11 cents. This is a retreat I made. I spent $140. We sold it to that retreat. It was for 10 people. So this is kind of 1%, 1% or 10%. Yeah, 10% conversion rate for the retreat, spending $140 because also a good reel, a good content. So the next letter on the Rave method is the V, but that's venta in Spanish, and in English is sale, so it doesn't add up, but doesn't matter. So the sale here doesn't begin, and I can share you a lot of sales strategies, but I really feel that the sale doesn't begin when you make an offer, because if someone is just selling, you don't connect. It begins from the first moment someone feels seen by your message. Hey, you feel anxious. I was anxious. I changed my life, and I want to share that knowledge with you. Oh, I feel seen by this person. This person with the pregnancy workshop. She's a mother. She was pregnant. Now she does pregnancy workshops. So people still feel seen with, because she's another mother. So if your reel strikes a chord and your automation sustains the relationship, because you can be following the person in time, the sale is a conversation with purpose, not pressure. So people already want to transform. That's why Facebook showed that content to that person. Your role is to show them that you have the vehicle that can accompany them. And we're going to speak about the vehicle later. So it's not about closing more, it's about opening a clear space for them to say yes. And that's the power of bringing them to your chat, not to a web page. Like web pages are obsolete almost. The web page is a good common complementary thing, but I tried sending people to the web page, and I just turned off that ad. Like conversation sold way more than sending them to the web page, way more. So in the sale, also you can have a simple page. Payment methods works really good, like paying 3 installments or whatever, credit card. If you only ask for bank transfer, you will sell less than if you add payment options. Also, I like to say, like, copy the big players. Here in Chile, we have Lollapalooza, and when they have a date, they start selling the tickets, and they call it early bird, and they don't even have the artists that are gonna come to Lollapalooza. They don't have anything, and they start selling. They sell really cheap because you don't know all the details, right? So I also do that. I sometimes throw out a workshop, and I say it's gonna be in Santiago. I'm from Chile, so it's gonna be in Santiago, but I don't have the place because I don't know how much people is gonna come, and don't know if I need a big place or a small place. So most of you rent places, and it could be big, and then nobody shows up, and you go back. But you could have done it in your apartment or in your backyard if little people came. So you could say, hey, I don't know the place. It's going to be somewhere in Santiago, but this is the early bird. So if you want to pay cheap and not knowing the place, pay now. If you want to pay more knowing the place, well, don't pay now, right? So then we say always a pre-sale, and it has limited tickets. So 20 tickets pre-sale. So every time I finish a workshop, I have a new date for the next one. And I tell the people from the first workshop, okay, I'm going to do a workshop on this date. We're going to do a pre-sale 0 that is only for you. That is this incredible price that you cannot say no. So if you want to leave the workshop again, just sign in right now. And people really do, because they go out the workshop, they feel really great. They're like, oh, I want to live this again. I was only 2 minutes in the ice bath, and now he's doing an advanced workshop, and I want to do more. So I'm going to sign up right now. It doesn't matter. I'm going to organize myself. So they pay right now. So copy the big players. They do that. You do it. So Start with a small price, very few tickets, then start putting the price up, always with higher tickets. And always say, what I always say is that this is the price of the event, $70. The pre-sale is $40. So what do people think? Oh, I'm paying a $70 workshop and it's now $40. It's way different than saying it's $40 and that's the value. No, it's up here and I'm paying here. So I'm getting more value from the money I'm paying. Awesome, right? If you buy a car and they tell you it's $30,000 and now it's 27, you're thinking I'm buying a $30,000 car for 27,000. So that's how the mind works. So I always say, what's the price? And I never get to that price of the general admission. Like in the last day, I say, okay, general admission and the price is high, and yeah, maybe one or two people pay the full price. But I always like have a price and say this is the real price, and you're paying lower. And always have stock, like 10 tickets pre-sale, and then it's gonna go up. And please, like if you say that higher, you must fulfill your promise, because if not, people get used to that. Yeah, this guy never hires the price, you know. Okay, so the last letter of the Rave method is the equilibrium, because I know that our work is energetically draining. We're with people, people are having emotions, people are going through stuff. We have to be 100% present with them. So that drains energy. So we don't want more energy being drained with the promoting and everything, right? So this balance is not about doing nothing, it's knowing what to do and what to automate or let go. So what's the point in having full events if you arrive exhausted on the day of the event? So balance is also creating from joy and not from urgency. Like, oh, I need to do this. And if there's no balance, success weighs heavily. Like you're gonna be drained. And it happened to me. It was like I was really drained after the first events. So for that, I don't have time to say it right now, but I have a system that's called pools. So it's a method to adjust, evolve, and keep my funnel alive after each event. So you have an event, then you optimize, you change a little bit of the event, you have something new, you promote it a little bit different, or you invite other people so it keeps fresh. But that's small adjustments that you start doing after each event, and each event it's easier, especially because after the first event you're gonna have, I always tell a friend or people like, hey, you want to go free for the event and you take pictures? Now I pay for photographers that take pictures and videos, but the first events I ask a friend like, hey, can you help me take good pictures? And you go into the ice, yeah, I want to go, I'll help you. When with that content, you make better videos. Better videos usually bring more people. So that's also a thing that you're gonna be optimizing. So I want to tell you what is a funnel. I was telling you about, hey, get a reel, pay for visualizations, and get more people to know you, to know you exist. So a funnel is kind of a funnel where you have lots of people, and then it goes down to few people that really buy. So I showed you before, it had 1,000 conversations and only 80 bought, right? So it goes from big to small. So first you have visualizations, then comments, then conversations, the comment, remember the comment Wim Hof or comment workshop, and I send you the info to your messages. That brings a conversation. And the more conversation that you have, the more sales that you will have. That's simple mathematics. So the more visualization, you will have more comments, more conversation, and more sales. So to having more visualizations, you apply the strategies and blueprints for doing the content. There's really tested and everything. For having more comments, you give a good call to action. Remember, at the end, comment workshop and send you all the info. Or maybe you can send comment workshop and I give you access to this workshop. So it's like more exclusive. You can play with that. With the conversations, you have to apply authority. I'm going to speak about that. And to having sales, people only buy from people they trust. And almost everything that you buy in the day-to-day basics, it's influenced influenced by trust. If you trust a brand, you will buy from that brand. If you don't trust the brand, you won't buy from that brand. So apart from the root reel that brings people to your workshop, there's 4 types of reels that I use for building that trust, building that authority, and bringing people to think they need what we give to them. So the first one is the vehicle reels. A vehicle in this personal brand universe is what we give, the Wim Hof method. And the Wim Hof method positions this method as a system, as the solution to bringing you from A to B. That's why it's called a vehicle, because it transports you from A to B. You're feeling stressed, Wim Hof method. You'll feel less stress. You're not connected with your breathing or your body, Wim Hof method brings you to connect to the breathing. You want to feel powerful, Wim Hof method. You want to break limiting beliefs, Wim Hof method, right? So, example, you don't need another hack. You need breath work that rewires your nervous system. You don't need more supplements. You need breath work to rewire your nervous system. You don't need pills or I laugh about this, but a friend always tells me like sun in the ass. No, you need Wim Hof method. So that's the vehicle. So you can make reels to position that you have the solution for the problems. But for that, you have to give people awareness that they might have a problem that needs to be solved, right? Are you having problems to sleep? Maybe you're too stressed. Maybe you don't have your nervous system regulated. Well, I have a solution for that, Wim Hof method. So people are like, yeah, Wim Hof method is good for depression in some cases, right? Or it's a good complement. I think I have this problem, and I think that it can be solved with the Wim Hof method. That's the job of Wim Hof right now. Is like spreading his words so people know about it. He's bringing awareness. Well, we can bring awareness to our audience too. Though. That's the second type of reel. Next, you need to build authority. So to prove that you are the best person to help them. So how do you build that authority? And there's several ways to do it. Sometimes it's testimonies of people. We've seen that on Wim Hof page, right? Testimonies of people. I went to the retreat, the Wim Hof method helping. Well, you can have testimonies of people from your audience. Like when I started in my apartment, I used to record everybody. I told them like, would you mind if I record you and then I send you the video? Yeah, please. And I recorded them, put a stand with my camera and I recorded them. And when they got out, I told them, can I record a little testimony? Yeah, sure. And I placed the camera in an angle that they didn't feel like with the camera in their face. I put it like a little bit sideways, like over here, like pointing sideways. And I ask him always the same question, like, how did you come? What did you feel when you went in the water? And how do you feel now? So they always kind of told me their journey, their A to B vehicle that I gave them. Like at first I was nervous and when I got in the ice, my mind told me to run, but you told me to breathe. and you guided me, and then I felt like warm, and now my body feels warm, and I feel amazing. I posted it online. Like I posted everyday testimonies, and lots of people went to my apartment because of the testimony of another person. It wasn't just an ice bath; it was an ice bath with Alan, and Alan helped me uh, helped me with the ice, helped guided me to being able to get over this really strong um, how do you say in English desafío challenge, right? So I know all of you have helped people breaking that challenge, but have you recorded it? That brings authority because people will say, "Hey, remember here you say." Prove you are the best person to help them. Oh, I saw this girl and I feel connected with her, and Alan helped her to endure the challenge. Awesome. I want to go with Alan. I don't want to go with the other one. I want to go with him because I connected with that testimony. And last but not least, remember there's a vehicle, there's letting people know that they have a problem that needs to be solved, then you are the right person to do it. But then you make reels that brings trust to the people, that shows you are real, trustworthy human. So I always tell my story. Like I was on drugs, I was overweight, I had insomnia for 3 years, having pills to sleep every night, and I got out of everything, like depression pills, sleeping pills. I got thinner, I feel more energy. That's one kind of you can say. Another one is sharing your values. I shared reels saying, you know, I could be the other one. I did one that I could be sharing you all the hacks and everything, and I maybe could get more views and more followers. But I never share content if there's not some scientific proof that proves this content that I'm sharing to you. So I will never share something that doesn't make sense to me and there's no science behind. So people connect with my values. And when they connect with your values, they trust you. I have a friend that has a personal brand and tells me, like, Alan, every time I post about my dogs, like sales go up. And it's crazy. And he has a really, really, really big, big thing going. And he has like setters and closers. He has a marketing agency. And his setters tell him like, please post more about your dogs because always comes conversations, because there's people that love dogs and love that he loves dogs, so they feel connected with him and they trust him because he has dogs, and that drives him more sales. So remember, trust is the final, like the final boss from the video game, that if you they have trust in you, they will go to your workshop. If they don't trust you, they won't go to your workshop. That's plain simple. So build videos, and there's also like several strategies you can use, like content blueprints that you can use to build that trust. But it's mainly about your story. That's called the magnet story, and you can script it, and also your values. That's two ways. There's more that you can build that trust. So this is 4 different types of reels that complement the root reel. So when people see your ad, they're gonna click on your profile and they're gonna see who you are. And if they see that you have authority, you're trustful, you have testimonies, you explain why they're gonna go to A to B, they're gonna trust more, and probably they're gonna go to the conversations and send you the message and start the automation. That's a good complement. Not 100% necessary. No, I think the root reel with some ads are gonna help a lot to bring more people, a lot. But this is gonna higher your conversion rate. Remember the funnel? this is going to help this part. You could have lots of views, lots of commentaries, but this final part, your authority that you are the best solution and the trust in you, it's going to make this lower part bigger, so more people will go to your workshops. That's mathematics. So, guys, I know we're in time. It's 9 o'clock. I have a train to pick this night, but I have time. Don't worry. And I know that you might be that feeling your workshops, but are raving exhausted. Have maybe you have posted nonstop without knowing what really works. You're doing everything yourself, the reels, the messages, the designs, the customer service, the sales, and it's just too much. Maybe you're feeling frustrated because you know you could be on another level. You know it. That's why you're here. You want to learn, right? And maybe you're seeing others grow while you're still improvising. You say, what's their formula? How are they doing it? How they do it so good? Well, there's shortcuts to this when you learn from another one that has done it. That's why you go to university. That's why you take courses and everything. And I don't know if it happened to you, but maybe you feel the one event and the next one nobody showed up. But I think it's not your fault. It wasn't my fault also when I did it. I simply didn't have a system, like a predictable system. Now I know how much money I'm going to spend on a retreat and how many people are going to come. And it always is basically the same. How much I invest, how I do the reel. Even I'm going to tell you, this year I made a retreat and used exactly the same video of last year retreat, the summer retreat. Exactly the same video. I just changed like the text on top that said the other date. But you can see in the video that my baby, it's like 2 months old. And people saw in my stories that my baby now is 1 year old. But didn't matter. I used the same reel. It worked once and it worked again. On this event, I did an event in October and I used exactly the same reel for the event in December. The same reel. I only changed what I did that time. I only changed. I'm gonna show it to you. I'm gonna show it to you. Mm-mm. So I only changed these videos because I had old videos. I only changed the overlay videos that they're called. So I use some videos from the last event, but I only change those videos. And with the editing tools, you just say change and you select the new one. And it's the same edit. You don't have to do anything extra. You just change your visual content. So this is the same video that we used. And I used it for the other event. It has, with paying ads, 4,000 likes and thousand of comments, like thousand of comments. Um, let's see the insights. So it has interactions, like 8,000 interaction, 2,000 comments, saved, shares, followers. That's good. So so when you nail it, you could use the same exact content, and that's gives me less stress. Believe me, recording and editing takes time. So I prefer using that time for other stuff. So I ask you, how would you feel if your event had 30% more customers? How would you feel if it had 400% more customers, like 4 times more customers, or 10 times? Share me on the chat. How would you feel if it had like 400 more customers? Your retreats, you're not doing one retreat now, you're doing 2 retreats in a row, like we do it here in Chile. Ecstatic. What else? Bloody brilliant. It must be from England, right? Hey, Matt. Matt is here. Brilliant. Who else? How would you feel? Share me how would you feel, big boss? I will retire happy and rich. Awesome. So it must mean you are doing lots of money with your events. Four times more, it would mean money. Awesome. So I want to introduce you guys how we could be continuing all this that I have shared to you. So I have a program that is called Rave Method. And it's an online program where it's a 6-week program. I want to share with you where you get this is a thing that I'm giving to you, Wim Hof Method. I have other programs with Chilean people. So I built this one specifically for Wim Hof instructors that you have 6 weeks of live support, like any questions or whatever, I'm there for you. It has one class weekly that we speak about all these strategies that are like these blueprints and everything, and all the technical part of how to edit videos, how to make the automation, strategies for the automation. Believe me, there's a lot of things that won't work for you if you start like from zero. Like sometimes the comments on an ad doesn't activate the automation, but I have a solution for that. How to connect your Instagram ads to the automation. That's tricky. That has some things you need to know. Um, a lot of technical stuff. So if you're in zero, believe me, you get to one really fast. All the things about the content. It has one session of question and answers every 15 days. So if you have answers, we build up the question and we answer the question for everybody. And you get access to a community of people, of Wim Hof methods, instructors that are in the same page, doing the same stuff and giving support to each other. I think that's the one of the biggest parts because people share their successes, they share the method, they share how they're doing it, and people feel inspired and they help each other, maybe connect and do workshops together. Maybe someone is good to edit and the other one is good to answering messages and you complement yourself. So the community is really big. So this program, you will achieve in these 6 weeks, have this system set up and running. And if you get to that root reel that fills an event, maybe you can use it again and again and again and again for your further events. Know how to edit your reels easily. Really, I usually edit my reels and sorry, my French in the bathroom. That's my my moment to do it. And so I do it as fast as I can. Have your reel ready and published, the automation connected, the ads connected, the event promoted with a high probability of being full. If you get those metrics that I have, you're going to invest not much money and have it full. And all the strategies and blueprints for building this personal brand. Because there's a thing that's happening right now. There's a study that said like 60 to 80% of all the searches for services like ours happen on Instagram and they're moving out from Google. You go to the personal brand, you get to know the guy, you get to trust the guy, and then you buy from the guy. I don't know if you have paid for anything in Instagram, but I bought products, I bought services, and I got to know them from Instagram. In fact, I expect Instagram to show me what I want. I'm not Googling much anymore. It's easy. It's Instagram who's doing the job. So I think there's a huge opportunity here to build a personal brand that in the end it sells not alone, but it's an incredible marketing tool, way better than a web page. And I think in the future, the people that don't have a personal brand are gonna have it really difficult because everybody is gonna have a personal brand. Like everybody's building personal brands, and everybody's figuring out how to build a personal brand. So a few weeks ago, I paid for a mentorship of $3,000 to this huge personal brand in Chile that he has paid like thousands, $100,000 in other mentors, and he's teaching us like everything we need to know, like hours of content, and we have mentorship with him and everything, and he's helping us. So everything that I've been learning there for the last month, it's some of the stuff I'm showing you right now. Like I think that he always shows his reviews. He's like 9.5 out of 10. I didn't trust that, but when I entered I really think I would put 10 stars to him. Like it's really good content. That's why he has the money to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars to other mentors. Like he has gone to Hormozy and everything. So he's a big guy. So I'm learning from him, and that's amazing. So all of this you will achieve in these 6 weeks. So I was telling you before about the shortcut, right? Sometimes you could figure all of this by your own. There's YouTube, there's books, there's everything. But this in 6 weeks, you will achieve all of this. So in a month and a half, next year, you're gonna be filling your events, and the money you paid for the Wing Hop instructor is gonna be paid back like times 100. So I want you to tell me in the chat, how much do you think one of this course is gonna cost? Nikolai, I think you have an answer there. How much do you think it would cost?
I'm still thinking, yeah.
Put in the chat. Put in the chat. How much? 199, 150. Nah, that's too little. That's good. Well, this course, I usually charge people $2,000 in Chile because this is gold. Like one full event, one retreat, you get your money back if it's full, right? But because you are here and you're right now, oh, let me speak you. This is all, but also I also have a bonus that is included in the course that I call the Rave AI. So all the blueprints are pre-uploaded to this AI that it's helping. I have a student that filled 2 events in Easter Island. Like she wrote me and she said, I use the method, I use the AI. I of course you change the words for your own words. And I filled right away one retreat and I launched right away another one and it's filling up. I cannot believe it. This is amazing. My life is changing and everything. So the AI really helps a lot to think, to be creative, to give more perspectives and everything. So it has this AI with all the blueprints and everything pre-uploaded. So it's not like you're starting from zeros. This AI has all the information pre-uploaded. So I'm giving you, instead of $2,000, $1,000 for this course. How do you think about that? Chilean dollars, no, US dollars. Chile has pesos. Um, but because your Winghoff instructors, your fellow Winghoff instructors, I can give you. Is there an early bird? Yeah, there's an early bird. Yeah, Julian, I'm reading the chats here. There's an early bird for you guys. Really, like I want like Winghoff method changed my life, and I think that like every person in the world has to try an ice bath because it will build a more resilient world, I think. And times are going to change and fast. So we need people that have strong minds, right? So I want this for everybody. So if you sign up in this Zoom and you're a Winghoff instructor, yeah, I know, Tim. I'm sorry. This course, it's going to cost $797. And I know what you're thinking. Like, hey, this guy made this course for a sales pitch, right? Yeah, I know you can be saying that, but I try to, in 1 hour, give you the blueprint. This is going to be recorded. You can have it. There's this hook. There's the 4 types of reel. You can use that. You can go to YouTube or whatever and learn it from your own. I'm just saying that our time is not free. And I want to do this on all my conscience and present and everything. So that's why I'm introducing this course. Thank you, Matt. You give huge value. I know. That's what I try. I prepared this presentation. I'm vacations right now. I'm going to do the Wim Hof Instructor Advance in next week. So I wanted to give it to you as soon as possible. A guy told me like, hey, you should teach this and everything. I said, yeah, I have a course. I'm going to do a workshop for you. So this is the value. And also, big bonus, first 10 registrants can have a one-on-one session with me for helping you with your business. And there's 50 people here that might have answers, might have questions. So I open the mic for all of you. If you have question or anything. And this is the QR code. If you want to sign in, you can pay $797 or comfortable $270 installments, and you can get in the course. And I think that if you do a big workshop, at least in Chile, that the prices are lower than in Europe. I've seen Europe workshops that it's 120 and they sell out. In Chile, it's $45. And I've made workshops when I made this money. It's $797 divided by, I don't know, 10 people. It's 10 people paying $80. And the workshop and the course is paid. Yeah, when does the course start and what days at what time will the classes be? Are they recorded? Yeah. So for that, we have a community. It's called School. I don't know if you know it. We have a board. We can send messages, and you have the classroom. And in the classroom, you have all the courses recorded and uploaded there. So you can watch them whenever you want. Also, I'm going to be uploading like pre-recorded content to complement the content that we cannot see in the live classes. The course is going to start after the Wim Hof Advanced workshop course. That's it should start Monday. It's Monday, 15th of August. It's gonna start Monday, 15th of August, and it is it is 12 p.m. Chile. Yeah, so it's 4 o'clock Prague time or German time, Europe time. So in Chile we are 4 hours earlier. So it's gonna be middle of the afternoon. That's the idea for you to be, I don't know, in work. You can have 1 hour free. That's the idea. December. So it's 15 December, 12 Chile time, GMT +1. So it's 4 p.m. GMT +1. So I think that accommodates most of you, maybe not the US ones. US ones gonna be earlier. Yeah, you're welcome. So that's one question. We're gonna start there, and so we're gonna be finishing at the end of January. So it's one class a week for 6 weeks, and every week and a half there's another class of question and answers, and the live support, the sessions with me, the community, and I'm gonna be uploading like content all the time. So yeah, any other questions, guys? So I really think that this decision, if it makes you feel uncomfortable, it's because it's important, and maybe it could boost you. And also think like if you have if you know it's for you, like, do you know this might help you? Yeah. Also, if you have the money, you can pay in installments. If anyone needs like 6 installments, we can arrange that. And you trust this because I've been using it. I told you, like, I use the same reel to fill like 100 people events. I use the same reel for retreats. Like, it's working for me. Like, um, I failed a lot and I studied a lot, and I think, yeah, I have something here, and I wanted to share it. So that's what I made this course, to help people like you to go to the next level. And all the knowledge that I am also learning from this other course, I want to be sharing it with you. So I think that you have the time, you have the energy, you want to have results in 6 weeks. I think this is a good choice. Do you feel that? Oh, sorry. There. Thank you. Thank you, Julian. I'm going to share the link in the comments also. So this is the full price, and this is the installments, 3 installments. So those are the links. If anyone has problems with using the links, just let me know. I have other platforms for paying options. So guys, any other questions here? Or you think about it? This is I think that it worked for me, that I'm also a Wim Hof instructor. It's like tailored for you. I don't know if the niche is more like bullseye, because I know how to sell the workshop. I've done it plenty of time. I know almost I know what to say, what people connect more, what are the pains that needs to be solved, how to record the testimonies, what to ask, how to show you events, how to record them, how to edit them, the visual hook. If you see my video has a visual hook like right away, like someone pulling ice into the and someone getting out of the ice, so it has this visual hook that also helps. And it's like it's gonna be tailored only for Wim Hof instructors. That's you. So I think that one workshop full is gonna pay for it right away. So let me see your faces here.
Ellen, how
Yeah.
much time does it will take for everything? So do I have to produce lots of videos or how
No,
much time? No.
I really think that one video should make it.
All
One
right.
video promoted. But what is gonna make the funnel more successful if you do content of the other 4 videos, at least one content, and you pin them on your
Yeah.
Instagram. It's pinned, you know. So you optimize what you say, the call to action on your profile. You know, the description of your profile. It should send to you the workshop on the link and everything. So I don't think it's much time.
Okay.
I do, guys. I have an editor from Argentina that charges me $15 for the edits. And I think that's a bargain. So you just need to record yourself. I tell my students, sit down, preferably with good lighting, like the sun, not in a dark room. Read the script. It's usually like you read the script, you say it to the camera, then you read the other thing, you say it to the camera, then you read the other thing. And then the guy or you, I'm gonna teach you how to edit reels, can edit right away, and you have your content. So, and then you promote it, you have the conversations. Like I say, I have 1,000 conversation and 80 sales. So you get all those conversations. And then you help to build that authority with the four types of reels. There's blueprints also for all of that. And then you record the video, because as you see here, I almost don't show myself on the camera. I just put content from the event. I appear on camera like 1 second or another. All the other video, you could be reading the script. And then you put overlays. That's what it's called. You put overlays of your events. So people are like, I'm not good with the camera and everything. Well, you kind of don't have to appear much. So it's not that hard. Good edit. So I can give you access to this Argentinian guy that he really edits the videos really good. Like, and he's fast. Like in 2 days, he gives you the video back. So if you don't have time, just pay $15 and they have the reel. Yeah. Did that answer your question, Walter? Yes. Cool. Any other question, guys? I'm here for you. Yeah. The script is available in language. I can translate it to any language. Yeah. And also the AI works on any language. That's like Nietzsche has the question that if the script is all in English, it's also possible in other languages. I use in Spanish, I translate it to English. You can translate it to any language that you want. How often do I start workshops like this during the year? I usually do it like every 3 to 6 months, depends on my time. So next workshop will be, I don't know, mid next year. So yeah. So Gerson, Chris, Julian, Daniel. Buena, Daniel. ¿Cómo estamos, Daniel?
Anda bien, bien tú.
Bien, aquí estamos.
Qué bueno.
Nicolai, you're thinking about it. Daniel, loco, tú debieras hacerlo. Tú ya llenas tu terraza, weón.
Sí, sí, sí. Muy probablemente sí.
Démosle, loco. Yeah, because lots of time I heard this guy say it, and it was like, yeah, sometimes you have to show, he said, like, you have to show a check to get that shortcut. And I really think it's like that. Like, get a check, get a shortcut, go get into your goals faster. And also, some people say, I don't feel like selling. I say, selling is dirty and everything. And I always say, like, the only way that you can be sharing your service with people, if you can kind of live with your service, because if nobody paid, you cannot continue giving your magic to people. So you have to have a sustainable business in order to keep doing what you love. Because if nobody shows up, you will kind of just stop doing it. So if people shows up, you can keep doing it and keep sharing your magic, and you'll get good at it. Really, like iteration trust, and the next iteration is better, and the next one is way better. And couple of years, you can be. I'm gonna do now a retreat in Guatemala that it's 60% sold out, and I haven't posted one reel. It's only people from my past retreats and people that has gone to workshops. I put some stories saying, I rented this place. If you wanna go in the early bird, remember the early bird. If you wanna have early bird price, just message me. And I don't have the content of the retreat. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I know like a wireframe of what's gonna happen, but not the exact thing because the retreat is next October, and people bought it 1 year before. But that's because I was building, overbuilding, and I'm keeping the community and everything. Like I don't know if you do it, but every person that goes to one of my workshops, I put them on an Instagram group, on a WhatsApp group, like right away, without asking for permission. And I tell them something like, hey, I'm gonna put you in a WhatsApp group without your permission. If you want, you can leave. And they stay there. So when I do new things, I post it. I have 2,000 people in the group. So that gives me a lot of reach because there's 2,000 people that I have on my WhatsApp. So it's a building thing. If you're planning to do, I don't know, 20 people workshop right away, and you always had 4, maybe aim for a 15 people workshop, but then the 15 is going to turn into 20. I don't know. I can remember the max people for the fundamentals, but you can start having not one workshop a month, maybe 2 workshops a month. And then with the building of our authority, what has happened to me is that at least in Chile, I kind of was the authority with the eyes, and then companies started to call me like, hey, we want a workshop. And they told me, you are the guy. Yeah. And sometimes I've traveled, like I went to Patagonia, went to this huge hotel with only CEOs, and I was doing Wim Hof workshops like in the lakes of Patagonia. And I was like, that's an amazing thing that can happen to you if you build your personal brand, because people will know you. Remember, people needs to know you. You can pay $150 to have 200,000 people watching your reel. It depends on the country and how much people is promoting. But with this new algorithm, it's getting cheaper also. So I think that's a strategy. Yes, the reel, the automation, the sales, and optimize it, and complement that with the other reels, and you're gonna have something. Yeah. Maybe Gerson, I don't know if you're still here. Yeah, you're here. So yeah, maybe we could, I don't know, maybe the timing is bad because of Christmas and everything. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I wanted to start right away because I think people
Yeah,
will
because
need it right.
I mean, from the 18th of December to the 12th of January, I will be with my kids the whole day. There is no school, so to me it's impossible to take time on the night. I'm tired, so maybe I don't know, from half of January, then I can manage to participate the class and start recording stuff and start to manage how to do the automation and all the stuff. So
Hmm.
this is my main doubt. But I think
Is it?
I would like to. We will see each other on Friday because I will be in
Yeah.
Poland too.
Ah,
So,
cool.
so
Maybe we can speak it there. Is
yeah,
there
yeah, yeah.
anyone that has problems with the dates over here that are thinking about it? Because maybe you're right. It's Christmas and everything. I didn't think about that. But we could start later. So we speak about that in the advance, and maybe I could do
Yeah.
a poll there and start like
Yeah, yeah. I
mid-January,
think a lot of people are interested in, but the holiday
the dates.
times, yeah, it's pretty busy I don't want to get busy and doing stuff during the holidays.
Yeah, of course.
So
You have to be present with your kids.
yeah, and
Yeah,
also
understandable.
if I will be not at home because I think I will go traveling with my van with the family, so I didn't have even the computer, so I think.
Yeah. Totally, I will be available to doing it further. In fact, in time, this course I want it to be like perpetual, so anyone can enter whenever they can. So they have the live question and answers sessions, and all the other thing is pre-recorded. So you get in, you start watching the step by step with your time, and you get this mentorship and coaching with the messages and everything. Maybe that is the right answer for you. Like in Chile, we had a big batch right away. So, but I think further in time, I have this like perpetual thing with people, so they can join whenever they want. Walter, are you thinking about it? No, you're muted. You're muted.
Yes, actually, I'm totally convinced and already organized a couple of workshops in January and February. So that's
Mm-hmm.
why for me would be fine to start from the
Right
very
away.
beginning on. Yes,
Yeah.
I hope. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
let's
also,
start. Yeah.
yes,
We could start another batch, Gerson, in January, I think. Yeah. Totally. Yeah,
So
Walter, if you want to join and we start right away, let's do it. Let's
yeah,
do it.
perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
guys, I have to leave. Thank you,
Okay.
Alan, for everything.
Okay, guys.
See you in Poland. So
See you, Gerson.
less than a week. Bye bye.
Yeah.
Good. Have
Bye-bye.
a good night.
You too, man. Nikolai, you're thinking about it, right?
Yeah. Yeah, please keep us updated about the dates in the WhatsApp chat. Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm pretty convinced that yeah, this is the way to get faster forward. Yeah. So I'm not thinking whether it works, but how how to make it happen. Yeah. This, but was already very helpful. So thank you so much for your time and energy to share all of that with us. Yeah.
Cool. Thank you. Yeah, we're gonna if Walter signs up, we're gonna start right away. And maybe if there's enough people, we're gonna start another batch later. So for you, it's more comfortable later, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like mid-January also?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. It's good. But Walter, you need it right now.
Sorry.
You have workshops, so you kind of need it as soon as possible, right?
Actually, yes. Yeah, exactly. I'm also on
Okay.
holiday during the Christmas time, but if it's not too much time for me and everything is done in the back, so all those technical issues I always have normally. So if I don't have to care about too much, I would start right away. Yes, please. Yes.
Cool. Yeah. Yeah, let's start. What about you, Chris?
Yeah, for me, it's also about the timing. I think beginning of next year would be way better to organize because Christmas time is now, and yeah, and also it's the end of the year, and the
Everything's
payments. Yeah,
and
so
the payments. Yeah.
yeah,
I'll keep you posted about the next date. So don't leave the WhatsApp group.
yeah,
Don't leave the
great.
WhatsApp group.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
cool. Thank you, man. Okay, anyone has other questions? I kind of have to be leaving to the train station now. I'm traveling to Munich now. So, Walter, let's keep in touch.
Yes.
Tell me if you want to
Yeah.
sign up. Let's speak in the chat, and that's it, man. So thank you for your time. Thank you for believing in it. I really think this is helpful. If not, I won't be doing it. And I really think you're going to have results because you know the pain that it's posting and doing the automations and not knowing what to say or having structure. Because in this course that I'm taking, like it gave me structure and engagement's been going up. Like it's amazing. So the right structure, the right ideas, the helping with what to think, what to say, when to say it, how to say it, and all the little tricks to push people into taking the action and going to the workshop. I think that's gold, and it can really boost your workshops. So I'm positive about that because I've used it on me so many times. So yeah, thank you guys. See
Thank
you
you.
in the workshop and have a great night. Thank you for your time. And any question, just post it in the chat. I'm gonna open the chat now so you can also post in the chat. Okay, guys. See you. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye bye.